Alrighty guys, welcome back to the channel. I believe this makes part 5 at this point of the mission editor tutorial series that I've been working on. So, what have I done since last time? Well, one thing I figured out, there's an issue with the original carrier that I had used when I started out. I think it was my first video where I placed the carrier. So, if you have F-14 Tomcats, do not use the Carl Vinson. It's bugged. That explains why in the later video, when I detail what I did in parts 1 and 2, and then part 3 was the video to show you what everything was doing in action, and I wasn't able to launch the Tomcat properly, I just kept falling into the water. Well, apparently there's a bug, because no matter what I did, 10 times in a row on different cats, no matter what I did, I ended up in the drink. And some guys on the great Facebook group that I'm a part of for DCS had pointed out to me that there's a bug with the Carl Vinson to use the Stennis. And as soon as I replaced that with the Stennis, which is what I've done here, I've had no issues since. So, that's worth mentioning. Let's see, next up, I wanted to add some scripted stuff. So what I've done so far here is I went back to my enemy airbase where I'm having all the enemies launch their stuff from, and I've added a few more flights. So here I have added a Tu-160, and I have him set up to bomb the other airfield, which is what the Vigans were doing. But I set him for late activation. And I also set them in the parking spaces that I wanted them in. So he's in 54, and originally they just kind of put him where they want to put him as you go. But again, this is where you would choose where you want to put them. Next up, I created a 3-man MiG-21 group of escorts for my Tu-160. And what I've done is I've chose the escort role for them, and in doing so, under advanced waypoints, you can go perform task, and then you can pick escort. And when you do that, let me see, I don't know if you could see it, but from the yellow to the red here, there's that little white triangle and the line coming from the MiG-21 to the bomber. So that basically attaches these guys to that as an escort. So once they're in the air, they will escort him. And of course I created the waypoints to send them on their way. But again, these are set for late activation. And I also threw in, and these guys are all over the place. There's a couple groups here. I thought I had another late activation group in here. Hold on, let me go to my... It's easier to see things from here sometimes. Okay, the reinforcement group is what I'm looking for. Yes, the reinforcement group has been set for late activation on the takeoff from the runway. I guess when you drop things on to take off from the runway, it just piles them on top of each other, and it's a real pain in the ass to get to them. So I tend to just go here. So I have an Su-27 Group 1 taking off from the runway as well. But Reinforcements Group 1 is something different, and they're set for late activation. And they have their waypoints too, to send them over to that area over there where these guys are going to bomb the base and kind of help out. So, having said that, I've got 3 groups that I want to activate late. I'm going to go to my triggers now. I'm going to create a new one. I'm going to call this trigger Su-27 Reinforcements. New. Group Dead, Su-27 Group 1, Group Activate, Su-27 Reinforcements. So basically what I've done here is just like I showed you in the very first video. This is saying I've named it Su-27 Reinforcements, no event. When the Su-27 Group 1 is dead, activate SU-27 Reinforcements Group 1. So that is my first trigger. Done. Next. We're going to do TU-160 Reinforcements. And that's just the name of the trigger, that's all that is. Group dead. Viggen group. If the Viggen group dies, group activate TU-160 reinforcement group. So once Viggen group 1 is dead, activate TU-160 reinforcement group and he will begin his mission. Also, let's see, TU-160 escort group. So basically I'm choosing the same exact thing. Group dead when the Viggen group is dead. Group activate the MiG-21 escorts for the TU-160 reinforcements. So we've got 3 triggers. You know what? I wonder if I couldn't just add another piece to this one. You know, I think I can, actually. Group activate. MiG-21 escorts. Oh, there we go. I just learned something new. I don't even need this one. I can delete this one. So, basically what I did is I've created 2 things to activate once the Viggen group is dead. So I did this the hard way before, but again, this is what it's all about. It's a learning process. So that's what's going on here. I've got 3 groups activating, but 1 trigger to activate 2 of them, and then another trigger to activate 1 of them. So things are getting rather busy in here. And again, I've still got these guys going on down here at the bottom at Sochi Adler doing their thing as well. So it's pretty cool stuff with the mission editor. And you could do a lot of neat things with it. And again, this is only the tip of the iceberg, I'm sure. I'm sure I'm doing some things wrong, or maybe the hard way, I don't know. But that's what I got so far. And I'm going to keep playing around with this and see what else I can come up with. So thanks for watching. And if you have any comments or suggestions, please leave them. And I'm always trying to learn new things. And I'm hoping that you guys are learning something in the process. Until next time.